Hello, everyone. And as you saw in the title, I'm going to explain it. I'm going to get right into it. So, as you may know of the idea that your height can really factor into relationships, it's really sickening. This more so debuts into the idea of a man being a certain in a particular height gets you less traction in the dating world and even in the real world. I know that's crazy, right? Who would have thought that my height would be a limiting factor to what I can do? Crazy, but it's true. I'm a living example of it. I'm in the average range of most males, and what I mean is I'm not that tall. So more than likely. And what really, I know I'm kind of backtracing a little bit, but what really amazed me was the idea that in a non-relationship aspect towards like your work life and your friends, or depending on certain circumstances, people do not respect you when you are not taller. I was shocked. I was shocked by that. I was so shocked by that I just sat there and just thought like, wow, this is really sad that I'm never going to be able to be respected when I. So instead of chasing respect, just learn how to get it by your own means. Meaning when you want respect or your value to be appreciated, you can find that within you. You don't need other people's approval. You know what I mean? Sure, yes, that's like the best thing to receive is from somebody else telling you that, hey, you're a great person, and you know, give you all this praise. That's a good thing. It's awesome that people want praise from other people. But when I was shocked when I figured out that in the work life and your status with your relationship with friends and people, you get seen as kind of useless. I mean, and I could even say that for personal experience in this aspect as well as dating that I'm about to get into, because it's not that I self-sabotage myself or that if anybody else who is short you should self-sabotage or, you know, be like, oh, the world's gonna hate me. No, it's just these are things you notice, and however you take it is just how it is going to be. You know, it sucks, it has to be that way, but it's also something that reminds you that you're on your destiny to something greater and better. Meaning you shouldn't let people's words, which I will say words are very painful, yes they are, and not getting the respect and being downplayed is awful, but your height should not be the reason for people's judgment and disapproval. Because let's be real here, that's the only thing you cannot control. I don't care what no one says. And I'm not going to get too deep into the, you know, women saying stuff like, oh, well, you know, he has to be tall. And, you know, because I've seen plenty of those comments where this is not a gender battle. This is just straight facts on height. So in that aspect, I just learned to respect myself. And if you have something that you like to do and to find respect, I say be your own boss. You know what I mean? In this aspect, because, you know, just something that you can do, whatever that may be. Go hard, go in on what you like to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the dating aspect, right? Also kind of sad, but I mean, into relationships is you all have seen it. I can reference so many videos, but I'm not going to do that because you can literally see them. Like, does height matter? You know what I mean? You get what it is if you search it up right now. I will reference one though. It's kind of an okay reference, but if you guys have seen it, the Kai Cenat and Duke Dennis thing. I know I'm like late as heck, but I just like to reference it because it's like crazy how when he walked into the building, right, the girl just instantly locked in on Duke. He's like a taller, very good looking man. You know, he looks like a rapper and whatnot, you know, very distinguished, right? I mean, he's just a good looking man, right? And then you got Kai over there on the left corner, just shirtless. You know, he's like short. You know what I mean? And most cases, like I said, is not something to doubt because I will get a little personal. But in most cases, for Kai and me, is that we tend to kind of get passed over because of the idea that, you know, I don't know if this is only happening in America, Canada, Brazil, Mexico, Europe, France, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's happening anywhere else, but I've noticed that in the States, it's fairly common for a woman to want to be with a taller man or a man who's like 7 foot, which I'm not going to sit here and debate on it. It's their preference, but I think preferences are horrible. Looking at someone for something that they can't change is very dehumanizing and disgusting. Then you also have to look at it like this. There are plenty of short men out there who do have beautiful, tall wives. They're out there. So on my TikTok video, I kind of explained that you shouldn't let your height be your limiting factor because it doesn't really determine who you are. Like, your personality and your confidence and your spirit is what really matters. It's like that saying where it's like you have 6 foot energy, which I still don't know what that means, but okay. You know? And I also don't like that people like to how do you say it? Not fetishize, or how do you say it? They like to label things. They'd be like, short men have great personalities, so you should be with them. I mean, not all of them. You know what I mean? It's like you can't, these bold statements that people do, like they'll say that, oh yeah, all women love tall men. Not all of them. All women love giga chads. All women love that top 1%, 7 foot, you know, a lot of money, nice, beautiful cars. Not all women are like that. This sounds like copium. Or this sounds like you're not self-aware of yourself, and you know, you're just kind of like a beta, you know, you're just saying to yourself, oh yeah, women are gonna accept you. No, bro, I'm really being genuine. Like, because you have to understand, right? The only time you're self-sabotaging is if you're like saying, oh, I'm gonna be doomed, or I'm never gonna have that woman in my life. And it's like, that's not true, because you will eventually get that lady in your life. And I'll talk about that in another video. And I think I already did in my personality, but in that video, I kind of explained that no matter how tall, how short you are, your personality and who you are, and then whoever partner you be with, woman, man, any other gender, that's what really matters. So, like always, to all my short kings, queens, any other gender out there, don't let that be something that faults you, you know? And at the end of the day, if you want respect and you want to climb the ladder, I say just do what you gotta do for both aspects of your work, your personal, your relationships, you know, your partners, whatever it may be. Just know that you are always going to be valued, and that you will always not be alone with these things, because other people, not to compare, wouldn't be like, oh yeah, my situation's bad, so now I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. No, it's just accepting greatness. And in the dating world and both worlds, just be you, because eventually that one group will eventually come, and not even a way to cope or like, oh my gosh, you know, protecting myself from pain, but it's true. Like always, I'm going to keep this short and sweet and simple. And you guys have a great day, evening, night, wherever you may be, and I'm out.